back, everyone, to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. Last episode, Data did some cleaning up around the overworld, and that included getting the final heart container piece from the Gasha seed tree. And he basically just planted it in the soil to the south of this cave. And this cave right here is the cave that's going to take Data to level 8, the Ancient Tomb. He's going to have to use his courage, his wisdom, and his power to basically navigate this cave. So I guess the first room was the power, because he had to defeat those Gibdos, and they have a lot of hit points. I guess this one is your courage, because you gotta get past all those traps. And this one is your wisdom, because you have an invisible floor again. You have to basically use the cane of Samara to basically figure out where you can stand. But it's pretty easy. Just go jump over one to the right, then jump up one, and then use the Pegasus. You can jump 2 blocks over to the staircase. Easy way to get through that one. Now we just swim through this little area. Now we have 3 armor statues. You have to push the one that's offline, online. And that opens the way up to the Ancient Tomb. The final area that we need to uncover on the world map. We see there's some of those blue statues that we saw there by the Zoro village. I said there was a ring under one of them. We're gonna have to come back once we get the level 2 power glove. The Titan's mitt allows us to lift those blue statues. We're also gonna have to come back here, and there's a ring under that statue there as well. So we'll actually recover that ring later on this episode. This is a little bit of a longer dungeon, so we ain't going to be able to finish it all in one go. But it has a nice midway point that we can restart at. So we are the Ancient Tomb. Be a lot of ghosts and puzzles in this one. Like the torches here. Ghost one for the team. And I'm tapping the wall here just because it makes a certain sound. And this owl's gonna use a statue. If we tap right here by the statue, it makes a different sound. And we talk with the owl over here, and it basically says to listen to the wall. Then bomb the wall to make different sounds. Open your ears to the sound of a sword against the wall. Yeah, so you basically bomb where it sounds different. We gotta bomb all these blocks here. Get that key down there from that chest. Watch the wall, masters. I'm gonna blow up all the blocks just because it says compulsive again. Basically, you put in all items to use. It's really neat, this dungeon. Gotta do a lot of different items to get through all the different puzzles. We're gonna see that right in the room below. We're gonna need the switch hook, the cane of Samara, and our seed shooter to solve this puzzle. 3 items. So you have to weigh down these 3 pressure plates. Use one with the switch hook, one with the cane of Samara, one with ourselves, and then we have to light that torch up there so we get the seed shooter. Shoot an ember seed off the wall. That lights the torch, and I didn't stay on the thing long enough. There we go. And it'll open it up. And on the 3rd floor of the dungeon, there'll be another, basically like, stone tablet that we have to open up. But to open it up, we're gonna have to find 4 smaller stone tablets. Basically, the dungeon is basically like 2 floors. It's 4 floors, but it's basically 2 sections, let's just say. We got this section here, where it revolves around the spinner puzzles and block puzzles. And then the 3rd and the 4th floor revolve around getting the 4 stone tablets to open up the way to the boss. So we get a key here. And do a lot of these spinning puzzle things again. Look at the first few times, it sets us right where we need to go. And then so we have the spinner puzzles, and then we also have the block puzzles we have to take care of. switch block up here. Let's change it so the red are down. And we only want to do that just so we can get the compass over here. So now we have the compass on the map. Now we're going to go back and get the blue up and the red down. We need to head over a little bit longer to get another key. Grab some bombs. It'll be useful. There's a lot of things in this dungeon. Bombs also be needed for the boss. We're gonna come back to this room later when we have the level 2 power glove, but luckily there's a nice shortcut to get back to it. You don't do a lot of backtracking. So to the north there's a block blocking the top of the staircases, but it can only be pushed from the top. So we're actually going to come back to this room later on once we get the level 2 power glove. Give me some hearts. There's some fairies over here. Unfortunately, we can't push this block over. That would have been nice and nice shortcut, but if we're going to get past these traps, you're going to have to use your Rock's Feather and a Pegasus Seed. Keep the Pegasus Seeds out to make us do some backtracking here. It's too bad you can't shoot that block with your sword right there and then jump down onto the red, because we want the red to be up. So we're going to have to take a little bit of a detour to get the red up. Now we're going to head back to where we got that first beginner key, and the blocks will be the blue blocks will be down, and that allows us to go to the room to the north here and get another key, and it allows us to create another staircase so we can manipulate that spinner below us. Now we can manipulate the spinner to how we want it to go. Set it up here, I can remember. There we go. There we go. Get over to the right here. We can use the key there, but we'll save our key for now. It doesn't matter. We're going to get save the key until we set the spinner. And we're going to backtrack all the way around. But we have this spinner set up how we want it. So it'll take us right back. Not a lot of backtracking. And now this spinner will set us on the path to the power glove, the Titan's Mitt. We're going to have another fill in the tile color puzzle coming up. It up a little bit here, but it's okay. If you mess up, all you have to do is just leave the room, and that resets it. Take out these boards while I can. Alright, try number 2. I made a mistake there earlier. Wrap around. Try to fill out one side with the outside border first. Take your time. Better to take your time and do it slow right than have to leave the room and reset it and restart all over again. This gets us the Titan's Mitt. They call it the power glove. It's the power bracelet, and the power glove. Other times it's called the Titan's Mitt. Well, the point is it allows us to lift objects that the power bracelet would allow us to lift, such as these blue statues. We could backtrack to get that one treasure chest, but like I said, there's an easier way to backtrack to it. So I'll just ignore the chest. This will pretty much clear out this first and second floor. These knights. Remember, if you switch the blocks while you're standing on the blocks. You can walk on the block. You can just jump over. This allows us to navigate the red blocks while they're up. And we wanted the blue blocks down. Because in this room where we got the key, the first key, on this floor, there were some staircases over here that were blocked by the blue blocks. Now we can head down them. And you see, first and second floor completed. Other than that one treasure chest, but we'll get that. So now the second part of the dungeon here revolves around finding 4 stone tablets that we need to put into a wall to open up another stone tablet that takes us to the boss. Right here we got the mini boss. He's like the Grim Reaper Aghanim. A link to the past. Where he's going to shoot a orb at you. You have to deflect it back at him. And once you deflect it back at him, if it hits him, it'll turn into a bat. Hit the bat with your sword. Just like Aghanim though, he will shoot some of the orbs that sometimes turn into like smaller crystals when you hit it. Luckily he isn't like Aghanim where he will shoot that lightning that you can't do anything with. Just floats around. Playing tennis. Now let's finish him off. Get the warp point back to the beginning. That's good because, like I said, we'll be leaving this dungeon before you complete it. We'll end up getting 3 of the 4 tablets. And then we'll need the last one for our next venture in. So to the south is the room where we gotta place the tablets. Basically from that room, there's different ways to go, different cardinal directions, and they will each lead to a tablet. So you'll have one going to the south, one to the east, one to the west, and then this one is just the other tablets previous, before you get to that room. I didn't explain all that well, but the best I can think of on the fly. Doesn't matter how. I was going to say it doesn't matter how you get these tablets, but you do have to get this tablet before you get the one in the south west, because we need a key to get to the southwest one. So that's the only difference that you'd have. You have to do this one before the southwest one. Get this key. But the other ones you can do in any order. I'll save the worst for last. And we get the first of the 4 stone tablets. Ancient words. Are written on it. Alright? Never really get to see what those words are, but they are powerful words because, like I said, they're going to open the way forward to the boss. It's quite a puzzle boss. So we have those nice 2 sparks there. Those are good for refilling your health. Remember, you hit it with a boomerang, and you'll get a fairy. So that'll be a good place to fill up your health before you go fight the boss. So here's the room. You stick one of the slates in each of the 4 corners, and that'll open up that tablet at the middle. So this room is where you need the key. We can just ignore pulling that that lever to make the lava disappear. That would just take us to that staircase that we saw where that switch hook block was. Well, then there's another way to get to that easier. And you don't have to worry about pulling the lava. You do have to make the lava disappear. You have to pull the lever here to make the lava disappear. You don't need your Pegasus seeds. I'm just gonna put them on for safety. Get across. Avoid the bats. And this will take us to tablet number 2. There we go. Now we get to this room. We could go to the right, and that'll take us toward tablet 3. But since I didn't move that lava, I'm just going to head down this way so I can get to this switch hook room. And this will take me back to that room where we left that one treasure chest. So yeah, this block can only be pushed from the top, so we push it over to the side. Now we have the power glove so we can lift up this big statue and get a Gasha seed. Now we can get back to the 3rd floor and go looking for that 3rd tablet. Not too much more of the dungeon to go. Still, even though there's not much left to go, still not going to be able to finish it all in the short amount of time we have left. So if we would have, instead of hopping down to where that lava room was, we would have went to the right. This would have taken us to this room. I said taking you to the 3rd tablet. Now there's a minecart you have to ride over to the room to the right, but there's a barrier blocking the way, so you have to go this way first to get to switch the barrier off. And we want to come down this way anyway because we want to get the boss key. I was going to maneuver those switch hooks like that so that you can get back across. The boss is straight up there. You have a nice little puzzle set before the boss. Gives you an idea of how you can beat the boss. So there's that barrier. We need to push the blue to open it. Now we can ride that mine cart. Hop in the mine cart, there we go. And just wait out these tiles. Now the Gasha seed. You just hang out in the corner here. The block won't be able to hit you. You can go down to the bottom door there as well and just stand there with your shield out. Blocks won't break on the shield. Another trap room. There's so many hearts though that it doesn't matter if we get hit. Not too worried about that. Especially just considering too that I'll be like leaving this dungeon in a little bit. To save the game. So if we have the snowshoe ring, that would be nice. We have it, but I didn't have it equipped with me. That guy's pretty easy. Take him out. We're going to get stone tablet number 3. There we go. Put it back. It needs to go. Use minecart. Take this one back again. And then the 4th tablet is to the north. I'm going to go that way, but like I said, we're running out of time, so I'm just going to head back to the midpoint, to where the mini-boss was, and warp out of the dungeon. Save the game. And like I said, it's really close. As you can see, we're pretty close to where we need to start from. The mini-boss takes us there. So it doesn't matter that I'm leaving right now to make a save. Head on out. I'll put this power glove to use real quick. I mentioned earlier when we were walking this way, there's a ring underneath this statue here. With the statue, there's a treasure chest. You have to open it unfortunately from the south, and open it from the top. And we get another ring. We already have that ring though, from the non-linked game. So the only ring we have left is the number 3 armor ring from the Hero's Cave. We can actually start that Hero's Cave in the next episode. Because we don't have much more of this dungeon to complete. So we'll complete this dungeon, do a little bit more on the overworld with the power glove, and then we'll head into the Hero's Cave. So take care, have a good one, thanks for following along, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, bye!